The example that changed everything now. Jesus didn't just say nice words. He lived what he taught. And one of the most striking and moving scenes that demonstrates this occurs just before his death. The scene is intimate. It is the Last Supper. Jesus knows one of his friends is going to betray him. He knows he's about to face the cross. He could have talked about anything, could have focused on himself, but he didn't. Instead, he got up from the table, took a towel, wrapped it around his waist, and began to wash his disciples' feet. One by one, dirty feet, dust from the road. A task reserved for the humblest servants. And there is the Master, the Son of God, kneeling, serving those who would soon abandon him. Peter, always impulsive, resists. "You'll never wash my feet," he says. But Jesus calmly responds, "If I don't wash you, you have no part with me." And in that moment, the invisible becomes evident. Jesus' power is in his humble love. His authority is born of service. His leadership is not imposed, it is surrendered. And after washing their feet, he tells them something that resonates to this day. "I have given you an example that you should do just as I have done for you." John 13:15. It's not just a symbolic gesture. It's an instruction, a way of life, a different way of relating to others, but have we really understood it? Service is the path to true power. We live in a world that rewards fame, image, and visible success. Those who lead from above, those who impose themselves with force, those who control, are valued. Even within many churches, it has been forgotten that Jesus did not come to be served, but to serve. But Jesus taught us that the kingdom of God is not built with applause, but with towels. It's not with titles, but with willing hands. It's not with ego, but with silent dedication. Think about this. When was the last time you admired someone for their humility? For their willingness to help without expecting anything in return? For their ability to listen, to accompany, to be present? Jesus says, "Whoever wants to be first must be last of all and servant of all." Mark 9:35. This is a forgotten message, not because it's hidden, but because it goes against the grain. Because it's uncomfortable. Because it doesn't bring prestige. Because serving ... is tiring. Often, it hurts. But Jesus doesn't call us to a comfortable life, but to a full life. To a life that resembles his. And the beautiful thing is that every act of service, no matter how small, has eternal value. Every time you choose to help someone, to comfort, to give, to listen, to forgive, you are reflecting Christ. You are bringing his kingdom to earth. Being a servant isn't being weak, it's being brave. It's saying, I don't need to be the center of attention. I'm here to love, and that love transforms. It's a call that remains. Today, more than ever, the world needs to remember this forgotten message from Jesus. True power is in serving. It's not about doing great things to be seen. It's about loving in the small things, being faithful in the unseen, being willing to stand up, only to kneel and wash another's feet. Jesus is still looking for people willing to follow his example. Not perfect, not wise, just available. So I ask you a sincere question. Are you willing to live like Jesus? To serve, even when it's not comfortable? To love, even when it's not reciprocated? If this message touched your heart, I invite you not to leave without leaving a mark. Write it in the comments. Today I choose to serve. And if you want to continue exploring Jesus' deepest and most transformative teachings, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. God bless you, and remember, the last shall be first. Jesus' forgotten message. Why is true power serving? A question no one dares to ask: who is the greatest among us? It's not a question we go around asking every day, is it? But if we're honest, many of us carry it inside. At work, in our families, even in our faith communities, the question silently hangs. Who has more value? Who deserves more recognition? Who is the leader? And we're not alone. Even Jesus' disciples, men who walked with him every day, wondered that very thing. Imagine the scenario. Jesus had spoken of his death, of the coming betrayal, of the pain. And in the midst of it, they were arguing. Who would be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? It may seem a little absurd at first glance, but if you think about it, he's not so different from us. We want to know if our actions will be recognized, if we are climbing the spiritual ladder, if we are doing things right, we're on the right path. And then Jesus does something no one expected. He doesn't get upset. He doesn't rebuke them harshly. He doesn't embarrass them. He sits down with them and gives them an answer that would forever change the idea of power in the kingdom of God. The greatest among you must be like the youngest, and the leader like the one who serves. Luke 22:26. Jesus overturns everything we know about hierarchy, about honor, about power, because in the kingdom of God, the greatest is not the one who commands, but the one who serves. A radical teaching that even today seems forgotten.
If you liked the video, subscribe to not miss any content. Thanks for accompanying us.